Welcome, Jack of all trades. Today we're going to show you a little trick. You ever have a jack like this and you look at the manual, it says to jack up on the pitch welds? Well, just so you know, they don't mean this bar here. They mean there's a pad around the back. Let's see if I can, I'll show you that in a second. But this is what the most common users will do. They'll do something like this. And then they'll jack up here. This can dent and then destroy all this part here. So I'm going to show you how to not do that. Now, let me get out the OEM jack. It comes with your car. Looks like this. Now what we're going to do is, you see the design? You see this groove? We're going to duplicate this and make a little bracket that can fit on the end of that jacket that I just showed you. It's called a pitch weld adapter, and I'm going to be using that to jack the car up for some of my videos. But you just do this. This is the instructions in the manual. It goes over the slip just like that. And when it does that, there's a box behind this rail, and it hits that, and then it jacks the car up. See? So just remove that. So we're gonna tools we're gonna need a couple bolts, M8 bolts. We're gonna need 2 hockey pucks made of rubber, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a little adapter. And I'll show you this adapter here. We're going to heat this up until it's super hot, and then we're going to press the puck in, and it's going to give us the teeth to grab onto the first hockey puck, and then the second hockey puck is going to be bolted to the first one. And then when it's done, we're going to insert the hockey puck in here, put our jack there, and jack up from this point. Now I'm going to show you underneath the car real quick. I got to change the camera angle, what I mean by the box. Okay, now you're looking at it from underneath the car facing towards me. There's the two same markers where you're supposed to put your jack. Now when I come in here like this, you'll see a box right here. That's where that jack fits on, and that's reinforced unibody, and that's where they request you jack your car up. All 4 spots have the same jack. Sorry, there's a guy in the background doing his lawn. Use the same jack points. Now let's switch the camera angle here and show you something else. Now, if you don't have the adapter, you would jack up wherever that rubber grommet is, jack up the car there, and then put the jack stand right beside it on that rail. That's reinforced. That's double unibody, reinforced construction. So when I put my jack stand on the vehicle, it's going to go right there, but I'm going to use the hockey puck adapter on that previous point I just showed you. And that way it ensures that the car gets jacked up safely. And if these parts, you take care of underneath your car, the rust won't deteriorate your unibody pitch welds where you got to jack up on. So, but like I said, I thought I'd make this clear because the manual says to jack up at this point, and every user would probably put it right here, or put the jack stand right here after they jack the car up, and that's completely wrong. You will damage your vehicle if you do that. Now this jack is designed to be used for when you gotta change the tire on the side of a highway. I'm going to show you a reason why you don't want to use this jack. I used to use this a lot. You see those teeth? Over time, these teeth in here will start to wear and get damaged. And if those teeth break, which you see right there, this jack will fail and the vehicle will fall. So, and sometimes this threaded screw here can't handle the pressure and it'll like strip. So this thing is only used for tire changes. I would use this for doing any automotive work. But like I said, you see the adapter? A lot of people overlook this little niche here. This is the part where the car sits on and jacks up. This is just to hold it on the rail so it doesn't slip. And this is where the rail goes. So we're going to build a adapter just like that. Before I cut that, I'm not too sure if I mentioned the total cost of this stuff. With the pucks, the bolts, I got, where is it? 4 bolts, 4 nuts, 4 washers, 2 pucks. Came to a total of $7.41 to build a pitch weld jack adapter. So there you go. Okay, so what I did was just took the hockey puck. I'm not about to measure this. It's a waste of time. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. Let me zoom in there and see if you can see that. Oh, you can see it on the camera. See those dots? I just took a hacksaw and marked those. See how that lines up with that? And then I I put it in my miter box like this, put my puck in there, lined it up, and took a hacksaw and just marked it this way and this way. So now I got my marking around my puck. And you notice, like I said, you notice that the side where my thumb's on is shorter than the side on this side's fatter. So when you insert it, you're going to put the fatter end underneath the car and the shorter end towards you. So that's exactly measured to this. So now we know that we can just take our pucks that we just cut, line them up with the marks. What we're going to do, like I said, is we're going to drill 4 holes. We're going to drill, let's see here, put that there. You want to make sure that when you drill just enough so you're not going outside the rubber end here. So we're going to want to drill a hole here, 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 and here. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to get a bigger drill, like maybe a 1/2 inch drill. Let me get it right here. I have it. There we go. 1/2 inch drill. I want the head of the drill. I might need a bigger size than this, but I'm going to drill. Once I drill the holes, I'm going to countersink around the hole a little more so that these bolts sink into the rubber that far. The reason I want that to happen is because when this piece touches the top of the car, I don't want any scratches underneath my car on my pitch welds, which could cause rust. So rubber on metal won't scratch the metal. So recess your bolts in a little. Okay, so we got the bolts on. They're all countersunk, which is perfect. They're a little off a little. Okay, so anyway, this is a problem here. See how these are all up? So I'm going to have to cut these off with a hacksaw and countersink these wash nuts into the pucks, into the holes, because I can't have it like that because it won't fit on here. See? It's useless. So take these bolts off. I'm going to pre-drill, countersink these nuts in, put them in, and then do them back up, and then we should be done. And that should be a good, and then we're going to, like I said, heat this up with a blowtorch, and then press the teeth into here so we have something to catch on to. Okay, I had to go back to the store there and get out our bolts here and show you. We have a problem. These bolts here, they come out too far, which is no good. So we're going to do shorter ones. So these are M8 1.25 by 40 millimeter. They're the perfect size. Exact same nuts, washers, but they're this big. So let's get one of these out here and we'll show you. They're that big, okay? And we're going to sink it down further, so when you put this in here like this, see that? It's going to be underneath both rubber spots so I don't scrape the paint in my car when I jack it up. And yet I'm going to have enough room to be able to take those teeth, that idea, would heat up the jack and then press teeth marks in here. Now I took a drill, a bigger drill than this. I drilled through here and then I went like this around with the drill, like this, just to give me countersink the hole. See? So now I just took a little razor blade and just kind of like chunked it out until I got it where I wanted, so that the bolt will countersink underneath the rubber. So I'm going to take these bolts off and install these. This is a Phillips star. It allows me to get it in there, put a screwdriver in while I put the bolt in here, and then I can just screw it down, because there's nowhere else. You can't get a ratchet in there. Like, you can a little bit, but it's really hard. You don't want to be ripping up too much rubber. So if you use this and the Phillips, once you do this up, the nut here will grab and pull in, and then you'll be able to countersink these in. So I'm going to put these on and show you what it looks like done, and then we're going to take it over to the car and see if this thing actually works. Okay guys, so we're done. This is what it looks like. The countersunk about 4 millimeters in this way. Use these. You can screw this in, and once it catches on the bolt, you just put the bolt in with your finger. These are countersunk in about 4 millimeters each way, and there you go. There's your pitch weld adapter. Now this matches exactly this one here. If you look, it's a perfect duplicate. And you want to make sure that, see how this is lined up perfectly flush? This is the fab part that goes under the car, and this is the lip part, which is less. See how the lip's out a little? That holds it in so it doesn't slip out of the rail when you're jacking up the car. And okay, so I tried heating it up, it didn't work. That's what this video is all about, right? Troubleshooting. So I just put that on there like that, and I traced it on the bottom, and then I took a razor blade and I cut out grooves. That way that locks right in there like that, nice, just like that. There you go. Back it up. That won't slip because it'll catch in here, and then it'll eventually, if it does dig into the rubber, it'll hit these bolts, so the pressure will be on the bolts. The rubber's to protect it. That's solid, and the groove is exactly the way it is. So I don't know if you can see that on the camera there. You can see the groove I cut in there. Okay, so now we're right at the front of the car, driver's side. Let's get my little puck here, my jack. Let's hope this works. Okay, make sure the fat ends. That's locked in just like that. Let's do up the screw. See if the actual puck will stay together and not split apart. In theory this should work. We'll find out in a second. Let's see, is that still working? Or is that going to collapse on me? I don't know. It doesn't look like it's... Let me lower that a little. Let's take a look at it. See if it actually any damage, any cracks. No, that looks good still. I should lock into the teeth. Let's try that again. Sorry, I'm being the guinea pig here. I want to make sure this is going to work. Okay, I just showed you how to jack it up without it. I like it better like this, actually. Get yourself a 2.5 pound weight from Walmart. Just put it on there. If you got the small jack, do this. You got better surface area supporting this puck, so it doesn't bend the rubber than it would be if you were to use the other. If you have a low profile jack, you don't need to do this. But I just do that, just like that. Now watch the difference when you jack the car up. Make sure it's centered, obviously. Now we're on the pitch weld. Let's clear the pitch weld. Let's just show you what it looks like. See how the puck's not moving or flexing? It's all nice and supported, perfect. So if you're going to use this puck idea, and like I said, make sure your jack is centered so it doesn't slip. Up it goes. There we go. you see that. There you go. That's a lot better. Let's take a look at the tire. Completely off the ground. Now you're going to put a jack stand on the rail behind where I showed you. And that's it. Let's just put the camera back down there. And now let's lower it. Look at that, eh? Take that out of there. Still together, there's no cracks. Nothing. So, as for this part here, that's optional if you want to do that, but I don't think you need to. Just grab yourself a plate, put it on your jack, make sure it's centered. You don't want it to slip off. Put the rubber on there and jack it up on the rail. That's just grease. Notice the base on the jack, how it's more wider. This is what I mean by low profile jack. Here, but you see on the metal, there's no scratches. You protect your pitch welds, and then you can jack up on your pitch weld points and put the jack stands behind. So anyway, pretty much covers this whole video here. I hope you found this educational, informative, especially if you own a 2009 Hyundai Accent. Build yourself a pitch rail jack adapter. You guys have a good night. Please subscribe, leave a comment. Look for more videos coming in the future. Adios, guys.